company or for your organization, then you start thinking of inorganic growth, which is natural. I don't think that if your money cannot get you growth in your own business in the organic manner, if you are able to get it in inorganic manner, I don't think it's bad. It's good for you. So as I said, it depends on your how much cash you are sitting on. Firstly, if you are sitting on a lot of cash, go for acquisition. There is nothing wrong.
Sir, so as you said, right, after 10-15 years in corporate, you even got your wife into this business and you all started. So you had cash capital to start the business. But was there any point where you probably ran out of the cash, or the cash flow wasn't working well? Or because it took like 7 years to probably get into a growth mode, right? So I just want to know, like, any tips or those kind of things where you kind of, how do you maintain your cash flow and expenditure and those kind of things?
See, it was difficult. As I said, it was difficult. When I was working in Kirloskar, I took my children by flight to Delhi, but when I had my vacation after 2 years of starting my business, went to Kerala. I took them by train, second class, but we still enjoyed it because it was my passion and it was my family passion. So there was no resistance, probably. So everything was taken in its stride. Everything was since it was a passion. I think we enjoyed it, even that ups as well as downs. Everything we enjoyed it. We enjoyed it together.
Sir, you mentioned that you saw the market opportunity and that is what you attacked, and in the process although it was a new area, you went through a lot of learning to acquire the skills needed to be successful. Can you share what was one of the critical 1 or 2 skills that made a make or break difference, that if you had not crossed that barrier in learning and mastering them, the enterprise would not have been successful?
In fact, manufacturing of the garment is something which I encountered as a big problem, because selection of cloth, how to cut it, how to measure it, what are the intricacies involved, how much I should pay to the labor, which machines I should use. Nothing was known to me. So getting into manufacturing was very critical area, or rather I would say difficult area of operation, where it took me some time to learn, made a lot of mistakes, lost a lot of money in learning that trick. But retailing was something which I enjoyed. Retailing was something which came to me probably naturally, though I did not have direct experience of retailing. I was in the marketing department of some corporate organization, so there was no retailing involved. It was only dealer sale or OEM sale. But retailing is something which came to me naturally, but manufacturing did not come to me very naturally. It took me a very long time. It took a lot of hardship for me to learn that.
Can we get the mic to the back? I think there are some people who don't mind. After this question.
Sure.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir. First of all, I was very shocked when you say that more than your expertise, you believe on market opportunities. Because what Three Idiots said is, you can go, you can grow when there is something in you and you recognize it. माने अगर हिंदी में बोला जाए तो लोग उनको पहचानते हैं जो खुद को पहचानते हैं. So I just want your input in if you would have gone in the field where your expertise you feel, that is in refrigeration and air conditioning. Do you feel that in 15 years you would have done more than what you have done today in this business?
See, it's very difficult to answer this hypothetical question, because I really do not know if I had entered that business, what I would have been today. It's very difficult to comment on that. But to me, market opportunity is something that comes first, rather than your own ability to do something. You can mold yourself to do and achieve your goal. molding is something, or changing yourself is something that you need to do. But market opportunity is rather more difficult to create rather than molding yourself. That's what my thought is.
If I can add one thing here, I think he said right in the beginning that when he always used cotton and he had a lot of trouble finding good cotton. So there was a pain point and he's tried to solve that pain point. So if you solve a pain point, you will create business. Whether खुद को पहचानोगे, किसी और को पहचानोगे, कुछ भी करोगे, लेकिन solve pain point solve करोगे तो धंधा निकलेगा उसमें से.
Good evening, sir. So my question is, as an entrepreneur, how are you planning to bring innovation in your product category? As in, are you planning to add new products in your basket? Something future plans?
Frankly, we are not trying to add any new products in this, but in the present product line, we want to give the best in our product line, maybe best in terms of quality, best in terms of variety, best in terms of pricing. That's what we are trying to achieve. In gents garment, there is not much that you can do. When you have yourself create a niche as a formal wear, naturally there are many garments that you cannot stock. We cannot sell cargos. It's not done. We cannot sell shorts. It's not done. We cannot sell track pants. It's not done. Because if in a shop of 1000 square feet or typically 500 square foot to 1000 square feet is our normal area of operation at the retail counter. If you have track pants sitting next to formal shirts, neither your track pants will sell nor your formal shirts will sell. You have to create one type of atmosphere in your garment shop. If your shop is 20,000 square feet or 80,000 square feet, where you can have one area marked for formal, one area marked for casual, one area marked for party wear, it's a different story. But when you have a shop of 1,000 square foot, if you try to pack in more products in one shop, nothing will sell. So you have to define yourself what the product line you want to be in, and then give the weightage, give the importance to that product line in that shop, so that you create the right kind of atmosphere for the customers to shop.
Good evening, sir. You likely touched upon this point that the challenges that you face when you move from refrigeration to the garment industry. So, given a new domain, you would have had to learn a lot of new things. You said some things came naturally and others you have to learn. What did you build a band of advisors around you to help you through this phase? Like whenever you turned into these challenges, whom would you turn to for advice? I mean, was it mistakes or efforts or actually going to people seeking their advice? What did work?
See, there was no particular person or somebody with whom I could consult or get the solution for my problem. As you rightly said, I learned through my own experience. I learned through the observing other people around me. That is how I learned my business.
Good evening, sir. I am Alaf Kiste. I am a management student. I am doing my MBA from Symbiosis Institute of Business Management. So, do you think for entrepreneurship, formal education in management would be required or not? And my second part of the question would be related to your business, as to from 60 to 120 franchise stores or your distribution. How do you see competition? Because there are other foreign brands, and as you said about the aspirational value, but I see that Indian consumer has foreign brands as his aspirational value, and you will have to change buying patterns because people would have already subscribed to some certain brands like Louis Philippe or Van Heusen, and there would be others who would be stitching their garments. So how would you see how are you evaluating competition going further for growth? Two questions.
Yeah. First question about management background. I certainly think that your management background will definitely help you, because running business is all about management. So if you or a trained manager, you will always find it very easy for you to run your business. Second part, competition. See, competition exists today, will exist tomorrow. But what we are trying to do is create a specialization for ourselves. We are trying, see, when we also evaluate our competitors, what they are capable of doing and what they are unwilling to do. So there are two things that you need to look at the competitors. See, Louis Philips, if you take for example, what they are incapable of doing and what they may not willing to do. There are two things. Louis Philips, as steady as I see that brand, Louis Philips, Ramsey or Zodiac or whatever, they will never be able to specialize in 100% cotton. Because today their product line has 85% of synthetic garments or mixed garments. So they will never be able to compete with us head on as our direct competitors, because they will never be able to say are they incapable of doing it? No. They are still capable of doing it. They are capable of making 100% cotton garments and make the full product line 100% cotton. They are capable of doing it. But are they willing to do it? No. So will they do it? I see no possibility that these brands will compete with me head on in 100% pure cotton garments. So I remain a specialist. So I will always have score. I will always score against them when it comes to pure cotton garments. Number two, what they are incapable of doing is maintain cost leadership. I have studied their organization, the layers that they have created, the way they function, the way they use their media. They are not very effective, or maybe for them cost leadership or having a control over cost is not their priority. So today it's out of their control now. They cannot compete with me when it comes to cost. So if they cannot compete me in cost, they cannot compete me in pricing. No way. Will never be able. They are incapable of competing with me in prices. So that is where the customer see for every product there are customers like for 390 shirt there is a customer, for 400 shirt there is a customer, for 1000 rupees shirt there is a customer, for 5000 rupees shirt there is a customer. Maybe number of customers may be different, but for every type of product there is always a customer. There is a customer, there is a product which sells at 100 rupees, there is a product which sells at 10,000 rupees, there is a customer for all. Now you have to define yourself in which market you want to operate, and then bang on in that market, be very effective. And that is where I am very effective in offering a variety, good quality, 100% pure cotton garments for value for money. And I don't see any other competitor coming near to me when it comes to this. And that is where I am not afraid of competition.
So I have a question to ask about your sponsorship of the IPL equivalent of Maharashtra. MPL. What prompted you? What is this brand strategy about? I mean,
see, earlier we were limiting ourselves only to Pune and surrounding